Hello beautiful people and welcome back to our today's tutorial. Remember, we're still discussing radical expressions or source expressions, and today we are still continuing with multiplication of radicals. This one involves variables, so ensure to stay through the end because you're going to learn a lot of skills in this tutorial. Remember, in our previous class we talked about all the rules that are guiding multiplication of radicals, so ensure to look at that for further studies. Now, to answer this question, we are going to begin from the first one. And in the first question, this is what we have. This is square root, okay? And the indices are the same, so you can multiply. So to answer that question, we're having solution. So this is what we have now. We have square root of 2x or root 2x, whichever one. This dot, as we said, is also multiplication, okay? We said we are interchangeably using either this or this. So whichever one you see us use, it means the same, okay? So we are multiplying this by root 18x squared. Now, what you can do here is you can decide to simplify this, bring out a perfect square in it, and then multiply. Or you can multiply them together and then simplify. So let's now see how to, let's go by multiplying the two, okay? So in that case, we're going to take one of the roots because they are the same, then multiply the radicands. So we're going to have 2x is going to multiply 18x squared. I hope that is cleared. So if you multiply this, 2 multiplies 18 will give us 36. And x multiply x squared. Remember your rule of indices, which says that x to the power of m multiply x to the power of n. What you simply do is to add your powers. Okay, so here we are multiplying this. You are going to add your powers. Here is 1 and this is 2. And when you add 1 and 2 together, you see what it gives us. We are going to have square root of 36x raised to the power of 3. So you see here now 36 is a perfect square, okay? And because of that, each square root will give us 6. So it will be out of the root. Then we have x to the power of 3. Remember the power here, the index here is 2. So what we said is when you have this, it means you're going to divide this power of x by this 2. And when you do it, it will have 1, remaining 1. And that one you have is a perfect, meaning there will be one x out and 1 will remain in the root. So we're going to have square root of x, and this is your answer for simplifying the first example. Now let's look at the second example. To answer that question, what do you do? What we have there is this. This one is cube roots, okay? So to work on that, like we said at the beginning, you can choose to simplify this, and then multiply your results together. Or you can multiply the two together and then simplify, whichever one that is convenient for you. Okay, so let's multiply out because we cannot have a perfect cube in 18, also in 6. So because of this, I will advise you to multiply out. So we're going to take 1 cube root because the both are cube roots, okay? Then we bring all the radicands inside. We have 6x to the power of 5y z squared is multiplying 18xy squared z cube. Did you see that? So let's multiply this out. In that case, we're going to have, this is cube root, 6 multiplies 18. You can quickly do that. This will give us, so we're going to have 108. Then x to the power of 5 multiplies x. Remember the power here is 1 and we said from here you add. So we are going to add 1 and 5. 5 and 1 to give us 6. Now this is added with this. Here is 1. 1 plus 2 will give us 3. Then this z, the power is 2. Here is 3. So if you add it, it will give us 5. You see that? So what do you do next now? This means that at this point, you need to find the cube root of each of these. Okay? So remember that 108, can we get perfect cube in it? Yes, if you are not familiar with getting it, let me show you the simplest way to do that. And that is 108. Number that can divide it is 2 because the last digit is 8. So we have 54. 2 can divide to give us 27. 3 here is 9. 3 is 3 and 3 is 1. Please, if you are familiar with using the perfect cubes, we are trying to accommodate everyone, okay? You can quickly do it with the perfect cube. Okay, so you see, by having cube roots, it means you need to take the 3 numbers that appear and pick one of them. So we are going to pick one out of these 3. And that one you picked will be out of the roots. So we're going to have these 3 will be out. Okay, these 2 will remain in the root. We multiply it, and 2 multiplies 2 is 4. So we're going to return this cube root, and 4 will be inside. Okay, now what about this? What about this? How do we simplify this? The power here is what? Is 6. So we said 6 will be divided by this root. And when it divides by this root, it gives you 2 and there is no remainder. It gives you 2, there is no remainder. So it means that the value of x that will be out of the root is 2. Okay, from here we got 2. So it means we are going to have, for simplifying this, we are having x to the power of 2 will be outside of the root because there is no remainder. Now what about this? This is 3 here, and when you divide 3 by 3, it gives you 1. It means 1y will be outside, there is no remainder. So we're going to have y out. Then what about this? This is 5. Divide 5 by this 3, you're going to have 1 remaining 2. This one means that 1z will be out. So we are going to have 1z out, and 2 will remain in the root. So we're going to have it as cube root of z to the power of 2. Did you see that? So let's gather them together. Those ones that are outside, we have 3 multiplies this multiply will give us 3x squared yz. Then this will be returned in the root to have cube root of 4z squared. And this becomes your answer to this particular question too. And I hope that was well understood. And remember, if you have watched through this point, it shows what we're doing is really impressing you. Don't forget to subscribe for the more you will get from us. You can share this tutorial with your friends. Most importantly, let's know how much this tutorial has helped or is to you, what you feel about it. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Now let's go into the last question. So in the last question, what do we have there? This is what we have to simplify. So here we can choose to, whichever way you want to do, either to simplify and then bring them together, okay? But looking at this, you will notice there is a perfect cube. This one is 4th root. This one is 4th root, okay? So what this means is that are there number we can multiply 4 times to give us this? Is there any that we can multiply 4 times to give us this? If there is not, can I get a perfect cube in it? So what do? This is 243. We know that 243 is the same thing as, is the same as 3 multiply 3. Okay, let's elaborate that. This is 243. It is 2 here because 3 will go. We have 24 is 8. 3 here is 1. 3 is 27. 3 here is 9. 3 is 3 and 3 is 1. Because it's 4th root, you pick them 4 and take 1 out. Okay, so for this we are going to have this one out will be outside of the root. So we have 2 we multiply 3, this 3 that is out, then 1 3, this one will remain inside the root. So we are going to have 4th root of 3. Did you see that? Now this is x squared y. They are not up to 4. In that case, we still leave it like that. So we're going to have this. We are still going to remain it in the root. Okay. Then for here, what do? Can I get a perfect 4th power here? Is there any? You know that 32 is 2 we multiply 2 divide 16. 2 here is 8. 2 is 4. 2 is 2 and 2 is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you take 1 out. So it means we are going to have 5. This one will be out. Then I will have 4th root of 1 will remain in the roots, okay? Then this will now be x cubed y to the 7th power. Did you see how we simplify that? So what do you do next now? We're going to multiply 2 multiplies 3 multiplies 5. So we have 2 multiplies 3 multiplies 5 multiplies 2. Then we have 4th root of 3, we multiply 2 to give us 6. Then x cubed multiply x squared. Following this, you add the power. So we are going to have x to the power of 5. This multiplies this. Following this, you have 1 plus 7 is 8. Did you see that? So what do you do next at this point? This is 4th root. You can still reduce this. So 5 divided by 4 will give us 1 remaining 1. So 1x will be out. So we have 2 multiplies this is 6, and this is 30 plus this will give us 60. So 1x will be out. Then for y to the power of 8, divide 8 by this 4, it gives you 2. There is no remainder. Did you see that? So it means 2y will be out. We have y squared. And which one is remaining now? We have 4th root of this 6. And we are done with our simplification. So this is your result for that particular question. And I hope this really answered a lot of questions for you. Don't forget to subscribe for the more you get from us. Share this tutorial. Let's know how much this has helped you, or what you feel about this tutorial in the comment section. I will see you in our next class to discuss more. Stay cool and bye-bye.